Well, everyone, believe it or not, Apple has actually went ahead and removed the Touch Bar from all of their MacBooks that they made, and this was something that's kind of been a long time coming. I kind of thought they were going to do this at some point, but I didn't think it was going to all come at once when we got a notch, ProMotion, all the ports, and the removal of that Touch Bar. I mean, this really is one of the best MacBooks Apple has ever made. It's also one of the most expensive MacBooks Apple has ever made. Now with this Touch Bar, or the lack thereof, we kind of have to rewind back to 2016, which was 5 years ago, when Apple actually introduced the Touch Bar in the first place. Now, one thing I will tell you is that the Touch Bar still looks extremely relevant. Like, it still looks so revolutionary, and it's so crazy to see that Apple just couldn't let it take off. You know, it just didn't really live up to par. There was always problems with it. My M1 MacBook Pro has tons of issues with Touch Bars all the time, and I really do miss those buttons. And then now the fact that we can actually get them back is extremely awesome. So one big thing to keep in mind is that with the Touch Bar, it was supposed to be not only a secondary display and not only supposed to be replacing the function keys, but in a way it was supposed to allow you to gain more functionality from that specific area of the display. So more applications could go and take use for it, and no applications really took use for it at all. There were a couple apps that took care of it, you know, like Final Cut Pro and Logic and iMovie and Safari, but those were all Apple apps, you know, pretty much only Apple applications went ahead and actually utilized the Touch Bar. Any other app, you know, for the most part, really didn't utilize the Touch Bar, which kind of seemed like a lack of, you know, space. When people use Chrome all the time or they use other apps, yeah, there were some tools you could use to kind of improve the workflow and everything, but for the most part, it wasn't really doing anything. Like, it was pretty much outdated. It was pretty much a letdown in so many ways. And the biggest problem was software. With every iteration of Touch Bar, from the 2016 one all the way up to even now with the M1 MacBook Pro Touch Bars, they're just such weird mechanics, and I never really got around to actually liking them, and now Apple is fully taking them out. So what have we learned? Well, pretty much if you try to take something like the function keys that's been prevalent for so many years and you try to make it digital, it really doesn't work out. I always think back to something like a digital home button. That wouldn't really work out. You pretty much have to make a new mechanic. And in this case, Apple went ahead and made the gesture-based design. And there's been so many times like this where, you know, other manufacturers, including Apple, have gone down a road and it just doesn't really work out that well. And in this specific case with the latest one, it is Touch Bar. So me personally, maybe Apple will go ahead and bring it back at some point. It's almost as if Apple went ahead and, you know, took out the mouse and they put in like a digital something else. You know what I mean? Like, it just wouldn't, like a screen there instead, you know, I just wouldn't be a fan of it. So I will be interested to see what Apple does in the future. But as of right now, rest in peace Touch Bar. You know, it's just another one of those mechanics Apple placed in and they just couldn't get it to work. And I guess they took it out now, which, you know, better late than never. So in terms of that pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything, also love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.